Oh, dear.
I don't want to create a scene. I'm too busy to create a scene. I got another moron like you in Chicago. Everything, too, with the sports and the whole thing.
You know, that really hurts.
Of course it does.
To compare me to the guy in Chicago.
All right.
I know.
Better. You know what? You're better than the guy in Chicago. You're better than him. And I know that you listen. Excuse me.
That was me. What was that noise?
Excuse me, I have a little gas.
What was that?
They usually slip out.
In your butt?
That's the first time. That's the first time it came out that loud. I'm very upset.
My goodness.
I do that all show.
I looked at you and I said, well, that didn't come from his mouth.
You've never done it that loud.
That's incredible, Howard.
Oh, come on.
Oh, you sound like an old creaky
You
bear.
act like you don't fart.
Oh, my God.
Stop it.
Mama's got a squeeze box.
You really thought you were going to get that by, didn't you?
Oh.
Boing.
It sounded like a spring broke in your
That's
chair.
what I'm saying.
Can I hear a playback on that?
It's like an old leaky mattress.
Ooh, that was embarrassing. All right. Well, you can see what happens. Well, I worry about the integrity of my radio program, and look what happens. I get so upset, you can see I'm passing wind.
It's nice to know talking to me brings the best out in you.
Brian, look.
That's what it sounded like.
Fortunately, the people at home couldn't hear them.
How could they not?
You know. All right, I had a little flatulence problem. It's my new diet. I better get it out now before the girls show up.
Oh, if those girls have to go into the ladies' bathroom this morning, they're going to pass out anyway.
Why?
Oh, I don't know.
Somebody leave a present?
Somebody dropped a cow.
Really? And didn't flush?
They got the door sealed off, like the toilet might have been clogged by the thing.
It's like a war zone. They got the toilet closed off. I love when they close the door. And then of course, you don't know. You open it just to see what it's doing. And it's like a mess all over the...
It's everywhere.
It's not even like just in the bowl.
No, it's everywhere.
Oh.
I don't know how that happens.
I think women can be a little dainty. I could see guys doing that.
Oh. I was in the ladies' room this morning, and one of the guys flushed. I was afraid it was going to back up.
Really?
I think in 3 months, being fourth is pretty good.
You're damn right. And in another 3 months, we might be number one.
Exactly.
Now...
Was that you again?
This guy's upsetting me so much.
Oh, you don't think he's making that? How is he making that?
I'm a ventriloquist.
His hand.
Like a woman on Super Bowl Sunday, he won't listen. Robin, I want to play Gary Coleman and Stuttering John.
Yes, I'd like to hear that.
I didn't mean for that to take so much time.
And
but
you should calm down.
Don't walk in here.
Before you lift off.
Well, you know what will calm me? Jeez, you ever hear me so upset?
Oh.
Robin, I'm very, very, listen, I take this show very seriously.
That first one was an unhuman noise, though. I never heard anything like that coming out of a person.
Yeah, I'd like to be around you when you step into the ladies' room. I'm sure there's a couple of sounds coming out of you that don't exactly sound human. Well, we'll see.
Well, how would you know what's going on with the other guys and what their girls are doing?
It seems to me like all the other girls are all over everyone else but me.
No, there's a 10-foot radius around Howard where the money always is.
Yeah.
That's where the bulk of the money goes.
Yeah, that's why I don't go.
It's Howard.
No one's paying attention to me.
Yeah. Howard is the one. See Howard get all that attention.
How weird was it, Billy?
Howard, everything, Howard.
When Jackie didn't show up. This is my way of getting some attention away from Howard.
I'm just going to drive home. And they'll all be thinking of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll talk about it first thing Monday, and I'll be back in the limelight. And I didn't have to come home smelling a perfume.
And I was in my bathing suit.
I was all ready for the beach.
I was all ready for that smelly beach. That disgusting beach.
I have an investment.
I have a disgusting beach.
I want a jellyfish roll and it's stinging me.
Yeah. I got home. I got out of here. I got in my car. I was home by noon. Yeah, I'm ready at the beach.
Ow. Nancy, I found a clam. Boil some water.
See, honey, I'm home.
I don't smell for cheap perfume.
No cheap perfume on me.
Hey, I'm going to get into my bathing suit and get out on the beach. Then he probably announces it when he goes home. Oh, I didn't feel like going.
Smell me. Nothing.
There's nothing on me.
See? We're going to have a nice, smooth 2 weeks.
Man, I just made an investment.
Me, you, and a cooler of beer.
Yeah, no wonder he drinks. All right, let's take a let's look at it this way.
I don't smell like a cheap horse, so give me some.
I'm gonna. You know what, man? All day long I was a disciplinarian, and all night long I got laid. That was the summer I got laid. I had my mommy take me for a clap test.
I heard about that.
You know about that?
You didn't really have it.
I didn't have the clap, but I said to my mother, I got to be tested for the clap.
Why did you think?
Did you hurt?
Because I was exhausted. And I felt that I had something wrong with me. I was exhausted from screwing so much. I'd screw any pig that came along.
You were up all night smoking pot and getting laid. You couldn't understand why you were exhausted.
I know. I didn't know what it was.
Never saw one sign.
I said, with all the pigs I had that summer, I had to have gotten clap.
What a mind you have.
Actually, I got a few good-looking girls that summer.
I mean, did you have so many partners that you thought you had VD?
I had at least 12 partners that summer.
Really?
I swear to God.
I didn't think you had 12 in your whole life.
I had sex. No. Let me tell you something. I had sex. You know something, man? Stern didn't do too bad.
Look, you know what? Gary.
Yeah, I knocked off a few
Bear
pieces
me
of ass.
out on this. The number has been going up every year since we've known it.
It's true.
I got to get laid. Let me tell you what happened, man. One night I got so wild. I shared a tent with this black guy, right? From Harlem or something. That's
Well,
the
you
guy.
think every black guy is
He had to be from Harlem. This guy was as black as night.
Well, that makes you from Harlem?
He was as black as night.
Where does that make you come from?
He was from a bad neighborhood.
So every dark-skinned person is from a bad neighborhood?
So listen to this. I'm in bed with some chick. This chick had double D's, okay? I'm in bed. Let me brag a little. I'm in bed with her, right? He comes in. He's got to go to sleep all of a sudden. So I say, hey, I'm in the bed with a girl. He goes, hey, I won't bother you. So he's laying there talking to me. While he's talking to me, I do her.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
That's it.
So he never noticed that anything was going on?
It must have lasted 1 second. I never talked to the girl again. I feel embarrassed to this day because I was ashamed of my performance.
Well, whatever happened to this black guy? Because we've never heard from him
I don't know
either.
what happened to him. He's probably dead. Black guys don't live that long in Harlem. They don't. The cops always get them.
Oh, you.
That's what they keep saying in those rap songs. He was killed in a drive-by.
Did you tell us about him already? The guy that laughed because you didn't take long at all?
Yeah, he told me that every girl he ever had was a satisfied customer.
Right, he made it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I didn't see him with
You
anybody.
didn't see him with any girl?
No.
That's why they were satisfied.
You had them all.
That's the summer I had that Polish chick. These Polacks are wild in bed. Let me tell you something. I don't know if they're all
He
like
has
this.
one girl and the whole race becomes.
Tighten my cheeks. It was like Fort Knox. I wouldn't let anybody near that. Boy, I wish I was with her now.
He blasted off.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Those Polacks, they get the openings confused. I tell you.
You're not supposed to have openings. You're the guy.
I don't know, man. God don't want me in, man. She wanted me. She treated me like a girl. I freaked out. I never had that before. I was young.
The first time a girl does that to you, you wonder if she's doing it because she's mad.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, Jack.
It was weird. It was weird when she did it to me.
What are you doing that for?
It was... Jackie, shut up.
I tell you, he's having his own little party.
He's a fun guy.
He's now in his own stories.
He's out there laughing. Jackie, a lot of people are relating to this conversation. It's just that they keep quiet during it.
He's now
So-
thinking back.
Yeah.
Little film going in his head,
Yeah.
every woman.
No, I freaked out when she did it. And, like, I wish now I know what I knew now because I would let her go all the way. I would like that. I would love to.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Allison
Oh.
doesn't explore you at all.
So we're laying in bed the other night. Me and Allison had a fairly active sex life over the vacation.
Uh-huh.
So I'm handling her like a bowling ball. I got the vibrator going, and I got fingers all over the place, okay? And everything's buried. All right?
Can't see anything.
Can't see anything. I look like a no-fingered guy. So listen to this. So she starts saying that hey, I'm doing this to her, so she feels like she's got to do something to me. So I'm waiting there, right? I got my legs spread. I'm waiting to see what happens. She takes the hand for 2 seconds. And then she goes, oh, my hand smells.
Oh,
I go, get out of here. I showered. She goes, it stinks. And I went, oh, man. Thanks for telling me. Like, you smell like a bed of roses.
The key, Howard, can I just suggest something?
Yeah.
The key to that scenario is that you both have to shower together so that you can make sure each other
I guess.
are cleansed. You have to not take each other's word for it. You have to actually clean
I don't
each
like
other.
to shower with my wife.
I don't either, but for that...
I don't want to see her that naked.
For that incident, it's worth it.
Right.
What do you mean that naked?
That's too naked for me. I like a little mystery at this age.
I don't even understand what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Portions.
Yeah. I want to see snippets.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You want to see certain body parts.
Yeah. Like
You don't wanna see a whole naked
our lovemaking starts the same way each time. Allison gets in the bed, and I make her pull off her pants and keep her panties on, and I tell her to go get a pair of high heels. So she gets in the bed. She goes, you want me in the bed with the high heels? I go, yeah. Well, if you take them off, what's the point? When I stare at them at the floor?
You
Is there
can't walk
any
in 'em
truth to
anyway.
that?
It's 100% true.
You make your wife wear high heels in bed?
Yeah.
You don't think that's
No.
a tad bizarre?
No, why is that bizarre?
It's just weird.
Yeah, wait till you marry 20 years, dickhead. You'll see. You'll have ski boots on in there. I'm telling you. Just wait. You just got married. You're a newlywed.
I have
Puts
one
on high
friend.
heels.
Yeah.
I have one.
Yeah. What's
friend-
wrong with that? Wait, just because your wife pussy whips you, I tell my wife what to do.
I have one friend who's been married for about the same length of time you have, and she
Yeah.
says, there's a whole production.
Right.
She has to get
It's like
into this
Mame.
get up every time.
You'll see. All you wise asses. When we first met, I just would rip her clothes off and have her naked. Now there's got to be a little theater thing going on there.
Makeup, lighting.
No, so yeah. So she gets in the bed, and then I tell her to take her pants off, and then I look at her butt, and I touch her butt a lot. I squeeze it.
How do you see her butt? What
There's a
position
candle
is
on.
she's-
I have her on the bed.
So,
This is Mother Teresa.
has the lighting changed over the years for your relations?
Yeah.
It's gotten dimmer.
Yeah. So
Total darkness.
total darkness. No, we always
I
keep a
just
little
wonder,
light.
is
I mean,
she on
Allison's
her
a good-looking
stomach?
woman.
Is
What?
she on her stomach or her back?
Well, sometimes she'll be on her side or she's on her stomach.
Okay.
So her legs are bent, so the high heels are.
Yeah, I can see that. I look
I
at
see.
that, and I rub her butt. And I keep rubbing her butt until I get excited. Then I whip off my underpants and my sweatpants, and I tell her to do something to me.
Now, while you're rubbing her butt, what is she doing?
She just talks.
Does it moan?
No, she didn't. It doesn't even seem to have an effect on her. It's for so I can get excited. She just talks about the kids and stuff. And then at some point, when I'm rubbing her butt enough and I get sexy, I say, come on, stop talking about the kids. Who cares about the kids? How long have we known the kids? You know, I'm desperate. So then as soon as I get aroused, I go, why don't you do something? I have to always suggest it. Why don't you do something to me? Oh, okay. You want something done to you? All right. Okay. Then there's a big search she starts to touch me. I go, it's not like pulling a carrot. I said, you're too rough.
It's attached.
I'm very dry.
This is the same conversation every time.
Yeah. I go, this is the same thing. I love making never changes. I go, I'm very dry. That hurts.
Bird yanking a worm out of the ground.
Yeah. So, I go, maybe just a little gentler. So she says, I'm doing it gentle. I said, no, you're not. I said, you know what you need? You need help from Mother's Helper, KY. So now the search is on for the KY. You know,
never know where that is.
She tries to act like we're not going to need KY each time, so she doesn't pay attention to where the KY is. We always need KY.
Isn't that stuff smelly?
Yeah. And it's sticky.
It's like,
and it dries up, so you got to keep applying it. So then she gets the KY. Then she starts rubbing on the KY. And it feels good. But after 2 or 3 seconds, because it dries up. And I'm painting it.
You know who your hero should be?
Who?
KY.
KY.
Whoever invented KY.
He's
Who
a
is
genius.
KY?
Yeah, we don't know anything about the inventor of KY.
Mr. KY.
You think his initials are KY?
I think it's two guys.
K and Y.
So then I'll say, okay, apply more KY. Then she can't find the KY again. For some reason, the KY,
It's lost
it's
in the
hidden under the
bed?
covers. So there's a big search out for KY. And then the tube of the KY is open. Now the KY is all over
squirting all
the
over the
sheet.
bed?
Roll over
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah. And she's working me like she's opening a twist-off beer.
How long does this take?
Well, then I got to get the vibrator. Well, I sent her to get the vibrator. She always keeps it locked up so the kids won't see it. So she gets the vibrator, and she brings it into the bed, and I start working on her with the vibrator. And that's when I get into all kind of weird things on her. I start handling like a bowling ball.
So up to this point, what is the length of this entire process?
10 minutes. And then I do... Now, she has a callus or something because the vibrator takes longer and longer. It used to be 2 seconds. Now I sit there with that thing. I swear to God, there's going to be a power outage.
She's developed a muscle.
This is why your computer doesn't work.
Well, I swear, there's a brownout on Long Island every week. No, and I switched to batteries because it was getting ridiculous. The electric bill was through the roof.
The backup generator.
Yeah.
There's a run on battery.
And then the high heels come off, and then I pull down her panties. I haven't even pulled down her panties yet.
What do these high heels look like?
They're black, shiny high heels.
Patent leather?
Yeah. They're not even...
They're not high.
They're not even spiky enough for me.
Dear. If
You know how
she's
you
not
have
gonna
spiky
stand
heels?
up in them, why
No.
can't she get the good ones?
I don't know. She goes, they're not comfortable. I go, you don't wear them anywhere except in the bed.
You bring her a dozen roses and the new shoes that you'd like her to wear. Bring her a new pair of shoes that you like.
I'm not going to get into that. Let her go do that. I have different outfits I like her to wear. Then I told her to get breast implants. Now she's mad at me. She goes, what's the matter? You're not satisfied? I go, I'm satisfied. I said, but you could always do better. Imagine you with big knockers, now that you're skinny and everything. So she thinks I'm trying to kill her.
You're trying to rub her
I
out.
go, Allison, you're 41 years old. If you get cancer, it's going to take 20 years. You'll be 61. We'll have them removed.
Please.
By then, I'm not going to be interested in you. There's no way I'm making love to a 61-year-old woman. I'm just not.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? You know how these people who live together a long time,
Yeah.
then one dies,
Yeah.
and the other one drops dead right after?
If that happens to be, I'm gonna curse God when I get to heaven. I'm gonna be dating. I'll be like Regis Philbin on tour. 2 days I'll be out there.
No, I was thinking about that the other day. You'll probably drop right with her.
No, my luck will be she'll drop dead, right? Mm-hmm. Then I'll go, okay, look, I can't date right away in all seriousness. I got to show people I'm upset. So I'm going to wait. I'll wait 6 months. 6 months I'll drop dead. It's my first date. You'll find me laying in the bed.
Overcome by the heat.
Yeah. Big bloated ex-dish jockey.
Oh, God.
Like Wolfman Jack.
You'll succumb on a book tour.
Yeah. Hey, baby, I'm home. Oh. Ooh. Hey, somebody help me. No, my luck will be I'll be at the funeral. Allison will be, they'll dig the hole. I'll fall in the hole and break both legs and they'll bury me.
You never know. See, that's very dangerous staying with somebody a long time. You could die right with them.
Yeah. But now my wife works out and stuff, so like now our lovemaking is a test of how limber she is. She's like all excited that she's limber.
Oh, so
now.
she's into positions.
So like,
now.
yeah, now I'll get her into a position to go, you see, look. And I'm like, oh, okay. So now I throw her feet back by her ears when I put her in that position. All right? You ever been in that position, Robin?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
When your feet are back, when you're on your back and your feet are all the way up.
I have no idea what you're talking
And your feet are over the guy's shoulders.
Obviously her favorite.
Yeah. And you know what I'm talking about.
Totally vulnerable.
Right. Totally open. No turning back.
Right there.
She's laughing
Yeah.
way too hard.
That's what you call open access.
Yeah, but I evidently I seem like a really big man.
That must be the position
Yeah.
to be in if you're not.
Yeah. So I know ways to make a woman think I'm huge. Imagine if I was huge and I did that. Boy, she'd be in pain. Because she can't take, she goes, ooh. I don't know, I hit something when I do it because she goes, ooh, ooh.
I think that is that position.
Yeah. Do you get that? Because you're pretty big over there, right?
I beg your pardon.
You know what I mean? You can handle a lot. No, I know Robin's full.
I have no idea what you're talking
You're a very
about.
full woman. You know that.
No idea what you're talking
You're as fertile
about.
as they are.
How dare you? Fertile?
You're
I'm not
very
fertile at all.
Oh, I bet you are. Love runs deep.
I can't.
When a guy puts you in that position,
That's a
Do you know
tough
that-
one.
Now, why-
You got to be very careful
Yeah,
with that
what am
one.
I hitting?
I don't know what that is, but somehow it must
Or
tilt
tonsils.
your...
Yeah.
Ground zero.
It must tilt your
Pelvis.
your
You-
cervix somehow
room.
is much more
Cervix.
accessible. You're tickling the back of a throat.
Yeah. Because I'm saying if my wife can't handle me and I'm like 2 inches in that position, imagine if I was a real man. She'd be out of her mind.
It takes a while to accommodate that one.
Yeah. Even for you?
Yeah, you have to make an adjustment.
Wow. Teach my wife that adjustment. She hasn't made that adjustment yet. She loves it, though. She loves it. She really does love it. I give it to her good. I just wish I could last longer. I'd give it to her better. She never has an orgasm through that. Always through the vibrator. Never through me.
Well, what difference does it make?
Hey, it makes a difference to me.
Not even once in a while?
No, I can't last that long. Feels too good.
you have
I
to-
swear to God.
You have to drink.
You have to drink.
I'm telling you.
Nah, that doesn't help me.
You gotta numb yourself.
You gotta numb yourself.
If I did it twice in a night, but I never do it twice in a night.
What is that?
Not interested. Some women I'm interested. My wife only is good for once a night. That's it for me with her.
You know what? She might go crazy that
Nah,
second
I'm not
time.
into it. She's all fouled from me. I don't want her again. No one wants to be with that mess.
You're so crazy.
Not interested.
I don't know. I think that's a barrier you should try to break.
Nah, I used to have a girlfriend who lived in Princeton, boy. 5 times a night we'd do it.
But
Oh,
why
boy.
don't you try it, Hal?
Not interested in it with her. That's my feeling with her. I like to do it to her once for a long time, and that's it. A lot of foreplay.
You can't imagine it being fun.
Not with her. That's my thing with her. Some girls you can do 5 times. Girls who are like whores and sluts, you can do 5 times a night.
Jeez.
Good girls you don't do that to.
Save it for
You just try to get it over with quickly
Yeah.
and not bother them too much.
Right. Wrap their body in a sheet. Cut a hole in it.
be proper.
Yeah, like an Iranian woman. All right, we got to take a break. We're going to be back right after these words. So here we go. This is Ponce de la Phone. And what he's done, remember when he took tapes of my father and called in a a television show,
Yes.
and he made it like my father was calling in?
Right.
All right. This time he took tapes of Gina Man.
Oh.
You know, the gun don't want me in, man. That guy. And called in a show. All right, here we go.
So let's take a call from Teresa, who I believe was our first caller in. Welcome to the program, Teresa.
This is Mother Teresa speaking from the bed.
I don't get
I don't want me yet, man. I got more feet to taste.
I don't get How much longer should we allow this ridiculous...
Jerry, I love you.
I know what we heard. I know exactly what we heard. Will you explain it to us? This is just snippets from the Howard Stern broadcast. No, it's snippets.
I know what we heard. I know exactly what we heard. That was great. Manga cheese. John
Mega cheese.
Yeah, I love you.
Jonathan.
Yeah,
Tom Cruise.
All right, very good. Now, the next phone call is Ponce de la Phone. And as you know, remember, the E! Television Network, which we work for. By the way, Gorilla came in, and he saw the show last night with Jackie making duty. Jackie making a duty in the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
He said it is the greatest E! show ever. Especially when Jackie pulls down his pants in the bathroom, and they have to take the crack and
block it out.
Block it out. He says the best thing he ever saw in his life. Him and his friend didn't even know what was going on and couldn't believe it. But anyway, as you know, the E! Network has hired Kathleen Sullivan to host their O.J. trial coverage. And Kathleen Sullivan, at first, when she used to get these phony phone calls, was a very good sport about it. She laughed and said, "Hey, I've been Howard Stern, great." And evidently, the joke has worn off.
And you know what's great about this now? After somebody's been burned for like the 100th time, they all become geniuses.
Right.
I knew that.
Right.
We're going to take some calls if we can while we have a chance. Paul, you're on the line from Westwood, California. We don't get many people who call from Westwood.
Hi, Kathleen.
How are you?
Fine.
So you're very close to Brentwood. It's just a 405 away, actually.
Yes, I am.
How are you?
Fudge's great. I have a question. Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, can you shake your ass for Howard Stern?
You know what? I could have bet... Guys, I know, and I'll tell you what it is. That's on the 213 line, and I knew that was going to happen. Because, number one, Westwood, California doesn't take us. And I knew when I put on that call, that's why I wanted to see. And I apologize to all you viewers out there. As an editorial supervisor of this broadcast, I apologize. I know better whether to put that call on the air or not. And I apologize for every one of you who have to go through this diatribe that continues.
You know what's funny? She's starting to take herself real seriously. When they first hired her to, Kathleen Sullivan, nobody even wanted to talk to her. She was doing diet commercials. Now she's starting to think she's a journalist again.
She's Walter Cronkite.
Yeah.
She's the managing editor
The
of that
editorial
program.
what?
She's the editorial supervisor of this
That's right,
broadcast.
editorial supervisor.
Of E. It's a goof. Doesn't she get it? E put on OJ because they had nothing else to put on. It's a goof.
It's free.
It's free.
She apologizes to everyone who has to put up with this continuing diatribe.
I am Kathleen Sullivan, area code expert. I heard 213, and I knew right away. I knew.
First
213.
of all, they don't take us out in Westwood. And second of all, that was from 213.
I'm Kathleen Sullivan, phone detective. I apologize to everyone, both of you watching, Mom and Dad.
I think she was apologizing to other newscasters.
Yeah. I thought she was apologizing to the audience and saying, this is, for having to put up with that lewd question. Meanwhile, notice she didn't say no. She didn't say she wouldn't shake her ass for me. I got to hear that one again.
We're going to take some calls if we can while we have a chance. Paul, you're on the line from Westwood, California. We don't get many people who call from Westwood.
Hi, Kathleen.
How are you?
She knew it. She knew.
So why did she put the call through?
She just... It's the same reason I called my computer this morning. I was daring.
Do you think after this, when they went to a commercial break, she went and yelled at her producers? And everyone in the control room?
Don't you know 213? Anyone knows 213.
That was on 213,
And
damn
Brentwood. Everyone knows Brentwood doesn't get E.
Westwood.
Whatever. Everyone knows Westwood. I bet you Brentwood doesn't either.
No, well,
whatever that is.
That's where OJ lives.
Yeah.
So you're near the 405.
I know. I love how she loves to make everybody think she knows the roadmap of Los Angeles.
Now, let me tell you something. People want to know if E has gotten in the 718 area code. Yes. If it had been 718, I would have known.
So you're very close to Brentwood. It's just a 405 away, actually.
Yes, I am.
How are you?
Fudge's great. I have a question.
What do you say, fudge straight?
I said fine, just great.
Oh.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, can you shake your ass for Howard Stern?
You know what? I could have bet. Guys, I know, and I'll tell you what it is. That's on the 213 line, and I knew that was going to happen.
I could have thwarted him.
Because, number one, Westwood, California doesn't take us. And I knew when I put on that call, that's why I wanted to see. And I apologize to all you viewers out there. As an editorial supervisor of this broadcast, I apologize.
Editorial supervisor.
Guys, I knew.
Fran Shea over at the E! Network must have made Kathleen's... She probably walked in, the two Yentas were sitting there going, I need a title, Fran. All right, I'll make you editorial supervisor. Well, thank you.
What does that mean? It means just what you're doing now.
Yeah. Well, how do my duties change? She lost a lot of weight, that Kathleen Sullivan. She sounds hungry and cranky. Let's be honest.
I knew that, but her powers of deduction have not been reduced.
She's gotten smarter over the years. I knew 213.
Guys, I knew.
Yeah.
Getting ready
I
to
know
yell.
better whether to put that call on the air or not.
What?
And I apologize for every one of you who have to go through this diatribe that continues.
I know better whether to put that call on or not, is what she just said.
That makes no sense. She's all frazzled.
We'll take a break and I'll spank my help.
Please feed her. She needs to eat. Some people aren't meant to be thin. Some people are happier, fatter. Some people can't handle it.
When she was jolly, she was good.
Yeah, she was fun. She was downright fun. People who need people are the lucky 213 area code. She's a pisser.
I just wanted to see if I was right.
She thinks that's a real news program she's doing. How funny is that? Everyone at E! laughs at her. She thinks she's back in the news game. First thing you walk in, what are you going to do from now on?
Put the air conditioner on.
Why is he saving it?
Why do you wait? Tell me the philosophy.
That's what I was told.
Who told you that?
My boss.
Tom? Wait a second.
He's the boss.
Wait a second. Wait, hold on. Wait, now I get onto something great. Now I can't believe it.
That's what I've been told. I've been told.
No, let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You were putting it on at 4 o'clock.
No.
Never did you do that.
One's always on.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Wait. Why would Tom... The only reason I can think that Tom would tell you...
Because Allison was cold in here.
I don't care if Allison is wearing a winter coat. I don't care. That's Allison's problem.
Tell her to wear a sweater.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Get your winter coat. I'm dying. I got to have cool air.
But these lights...
Who's more important to the station, Allison or me?
Obviously you.
Allison Steele, the night bird, is cold. I listen. That's not my concern.
People will tune in to hear her teeth chatter.
Yeah. Okay. They're hearing that anyway. All to hear it more.
You got it.
Listen, enough with Allison Steele, the night bird.
We'll put it on at 1 o'clock in the morning.
No, please. You fire the night bird and get me a penguin. Then we'll be fine. All right? A night bird. Hi, this is Allison Steele. The night bird. I'm so cold. Tell her to move around more during her show. Okay. Get the aerobics. She's having aerobics class in here.
Feel the bird.
I'm Allison Steele.
Let him exchange her chair for a bike, a stationary bike, so she can keep herself warm.
Yeah, right. But seriously, when you get in, just turn it on. Crank it down, bro.
You got it.
Make me cold. Make my nipples hard. This is Allison Steele, the night bird. Night turns into day. Light turns into dark. Good evening, my friends, to the show that never ends. Cold, cold air circulating through my bones. I am cute, but I am old. What's going on? My ass is cold. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Kiss me and tuchus a rum. Tonight, your nightbird feels like Walt Disney. I've been on ice for...
At least she's not aging while she's here.
Yeah, she won't age. She'll walk out of here like an ice princess.
She'll be the same age as when she walked in.
Listen, I feel bad that Allison Steele is cold, but dude, dude, I gotta have some air in here. I'm dying.
Okay, man.
I'm dying here. All right, good, yeah. I mean, Allison plays plays about 20 records in a row, gets on and goes, "This is Allison Steele, the night bird. I'll be back with more music right after this." I gotta talk for 4 hours.
That brings us right up.
She could put on a record and...
Yeah, of course. She could do the show from our house. She doesn't even have to come in to do the show. They could just put her on tape. And someone else could do it.
That brings me right up to quitting time.
Bring an Eskimo in here and let him roll the tapes.
From Tuck to Yuck Tuck.
Yeah. For God's sakes. About every 25 minutes, Allison comes on and goes, "You're listening to the Nightbird, Allison Steele. Oh, my friends, we are all together again in the cold of the evening night." Meanwhile, it's 130 degrees outside.
It's a cold, cold Wednesday.
Tonight on the show, I'll be building a fire in the studio.
I think I'll be entering in the Iditarod this year. I've gotten used to the cold.
I'm on the women's bobsled team. Make it snow in here.
I've got my huskies around me tonight.
Yeah.
Be a blizzard.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Make it cold.
Okay.
I don't care what Tom says.
Yes, sir. You got it.
The fire is blazing. Whoops, I burnt Jackson Brown's greatest hits. I'll be drinking antifreeze tonight on the air, the Nightbird. Scott, get me a big thermos so I can sit on it. Yes, the Nightbird.
Yeah, get her some schnapps. She'll be able to make it.
Tonight on the show, I'll be rubbing noses with you. Like an Eskimo.
I built an igloo.
I'm quite the poet. All right, very good. I'm tired. Cranky when I don't get any air. I got to have air. There goes Scott, the engineer. He's got great posture. Okay. Never saw a guy walk out so deflated.
Okay,
all bent over. I'll do it.
do what you ask. First my wife tells me what to do, then you tell me what to do.
He got nothing but bosses wherever he turns.
I wonder if he ever gets to be the boss.
Ugh.
Let's ask him.
I yell at my son, okay?
Does his son even boss him around?
Scotty Jr.
Is he a Scotty Jr.?
I think so.
Oh, that's
I
great.
hope not.
I hope so. That's great. Okay. All right. Now, all right. So when we last left you, we went through the whole story of Chauncey, how he came to get these remains of Debbie Tay, the space alien.
Yes.
And I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I figured I'd want to see her, you know. So without further ado, maybe open the box and let me take a look at Debbie in her final resting place. I can't believe you're sitting there with her remains. Now, what'd you do? You had to take all these remains and take them off your
You
shelf?
took them off your bureau.
Yeah, this is my traveling case.
Now, is that all the bones you have?
Yeah, actually,
There's no ash in there, right?
No ash.
Where's the ash? In an urn?
There's no ash.
I mean, it's all bone.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
See, what somebody said to us the other day is that when you incinerate a body like that, everything, all the flesh burns up. What they do is have bone left, and they usually pulverize that, and that's really what the ash is.
Yeah.
Does that look like ash to you?
No. Look at the size of these chunks.
Really?
Oh.
I was getting
Now, what
woozy.
is this? Oh, I'm my hands are tingling.
That's Debbie coming
What
back.
is this?
That was a mask card I leave in the box.
No, please.
Oh.
All right, let me see.
That was a part of her.
Please. That's a terrible thing to do.
Yeah, he's so religious.
Yeah,
a
yeah,
mask card.
yeah. He's sitting there with her bones on his night table.
He's doing weird things with her.
So that's Debbie, huh?
You're doing weird things.
Wait, Debbie wants to say something.
Oh.
It's the bones talking.
That's why they call dice bones, man.
That's
What
no
is
ash.
that?
You drop that off a building, you'll kill somebody.
Wow, that's no ash is
There's
right.
no ash is right.
Look at the size of these pieces.
You can see your blood on them.
Oh, I was going to touch it.
No, don't touch it.
Oh, wait a minute. You don't have rubber gloves here somewhere?
No.
Would you like some
Come
for
on,
yourself?
somebody
But,
got
but this
some.
has got to be heated up bones.
Wait a minute. We've got rubber gloves.
All right, give me rubber gloves because I want to handle Debbie.
Are you afraid
I want
to
to
touch it?
Well, I don't know. Don't you think something could happen?
No.
Some new virus.
It's been tempered.
You know how you always say AIDS will be able to survive anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think AIDS could survive that.
I don't know. I guess it's safe to touch, isn't it, Robin?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't touch it, really?
Why? What do you think's going to happen? You're a nurse. What do you think would happen?
If there's blood on it, then it has an ability to attract
No, Robin. It's
bacteria, my dear.
How hot do you
That's right.
think the crematorium is?
Robin is right. Robin is right.
It isn't in the crematorium now,
Robin,
my dear.
don't even argue. Here's my gloves.
Thank you.
For my retarded assistant, Ralph. All right, here we go. Igor. Igor. Hey, Ralph, take a look at this, man. There's Debbie.
Dude, I don't know, man. This is really wrong.
You think so?
Yeah.
Debbie would
What do you
love
mean it's
this.
wrong?
Debbie would love this. You know it.
What do you mean it's wrong?
This is heavy
That's
metal,
Debbie.
dude.
Look at that. Ow. Ow.
Let me see. I got to come over and see Debbie's remains.
I wasn't ready. I thought I was ready.
You want to come over and visit?
My knees are getting weak again.
Oh, man. Oh, man. There's a lot of her in
This
there.
is a solemn moment.
I thought there was...
What do you think this is of her? You think that's her head?
It looks like.
You think that looks like her head?
At least she's smiling.
I'd say that's her head.
Which
No,
is her
that's
head?
like pelvic bone or something.
Oh, let me have that.
I'm touching it.
How come you can touch it?
Just in me.
What's on the bottom?
They look like clamshells.
Boy, that's wild.
Dig down.
See, that's not normal, is it?
What?
Chew on it, Chauncey.
There you go.
What's it taste like?
It's like Cracker Jack. Maybe
Boy, oh boy, yeah,
Look at
you're
the
not
hunks.
kidding,
Hold on
John.
still.
Woo.
Come here, I'll glue her together. Give me
I'm
that, Robin.
shaking her bones.
Let me see that.
Shake, rattle, and roll.
Can we get some crazy?
Let me see this.
It's easy. The leg bone.
The foot bone.
connected to
Look at the size of this. That looks like a piece of her head.
That looks like a chunk of her skull.
I don't think you can look at it, Chauncey. Watch your language.
Cursing.
I got caught up in the moment. Sorry.
Chauncey, watch your language, huh, dude? Ralph, here, you want to hold Debbie? Come on, man, you liked her.
Hey, look what Ralph made.
Ralph.
Ralph made this so Chauncey can wear it around his neck.
Big bag. Hey, Chauncey, why don't you wear that plastic bag around your neck? You can carry Debbie with you. It'd be a big necklace. Look at that. There she is. What do you think that is, though? Let me see if I can piece it together.
It doesn't look like
That'd be a piece of skull, doesn't it, Robin?
Dump it out.
All right, hold it. Hold, Ralph,
I've never seen how thick the skull
hold up
is.
this picture of Debbie so I can...
It's awfully thick.
All right. Let's see. This
Well,
matches.
she was very thick bone.
Yeah,
That's got to be her cheek.
That's a head.
Piece of temple.
That's a piece of her
But
cheek.
it's not rounded. Why would you say that?
She had a square jaw.
Oh, I see.
This looks like the breast. Oh, wait, here's her tooth.
Why don't you think there are any teeth?
What do you think this is? This looks like a ribs. What do you think this is, Chauncey?
I said it's a rib.
That's a rib?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look
Wow.
at that curve.
She was a piece of ash.
Right there.
All right, very good. All right, there you go. Very good.
Man.
Are there any bigger pieces on the bottom?
Here's your prayer card, Chauncey.
Don't
Dick.
burn that.
Yeah.
So you think this is weird?
So do you say a prayer every night while you hold Debbie?
Every night.
What is the prayer? Recite it for us, if you would.
No, it's not that I actually say words. I just close my eyes and I dream of Debbie and the good times we shared, and I take my hands and I sculpt her face in my hands, and I feel the heat of the candle burning, and I feel Debbie. I feel. Come on, it's not funny.
Things you couldn't do in life, you're doing now.
One of the sick things I couldn't do in life.
Man. He stands there and he holds the bones and he goes, ooh, ooh, dear God, I hope someday I can work for a real magazine.
Debbie, if you're up there, could you get me a better gig?
Yeah, I'd be praying for a better magazine.
No, man.
Wow. Well, there you go. There's the story of Debbie. And in fact, there are supposedly her bones. I mean, maybe, who knows who's in there?
You think the good is
Don't even
off
say
in
that.
her
If that's not Debbie, then that's really sick. Then they
You
should-
never know, man.
Ava Gabor.
Man.
Ava Gabor. You have the
Don't
remains
even
of Ava
say
Gabor. I don't know. It seems like way too many bones for Debbie.
Yeah, just
This
imagine
is
they
just a
were
portion.
Debbie's bones,
Yeah.
and Chauncey's been doing all these wacky things.
First of all, I'm not doing wacky things.
And the other
Put it
half,
in.
you're making jewelry out of her body. That's not wacky. I think that's sick.
Rituals.
What is it, Foey?
Well, first of all, we're getting a lot of calls from
Yeah.
people who say this is way wrong.
It is wrong, but I'm not the one who doesn't burn up the bones.
And then the other thing, I usually wouldn't even ask anybody this, but you always, when a guest is on, people always call up with wacky rumors.
Yeah.
But with Chauncey, anything's possible. Chauncey, have you ever made a porno movie?
No.
You've never been in one?
No.
Guy said he's going to send it to us.
No.
You've never.
Have
Come
you
on.
ever been in a porno movie?
No.
No?
Have you ever been in a movie where you've had
Close to
sex?
the mic.
Where you've had sex or have you been in a movie where people have been naked, any sort of home movie?
No.
What is it?
Home movie at all?
He's got it. You can see there's an explanation.
The guy said no.
No. When you get the video, you show it to me, and then
We're going to show it to A.J. Benza for his investigation.
I
right,
believe
bro.
everything you hear.
Yeah.
About you, we
Oh,
do.
yeah, look at my body. Like, I did a porno movie.
All right, well, Chauncey, you do have the tongue for it. Let me see that again. Look at the size of that tongue. Did you ever use that on Debbie?
Stop.
That's
The box just said yes.
The fox,
The box,
yes.
the box is shaking up and down. Yes.
Now, the other half of the bones is with the sister.
Right.
And
did-
her pieces are just as big?
What's that?
Are her
her
pieces
pieces
as big
just
as
as
yours?
big?
Yeah.
Now, how did you?
Bigger.
Yeah, who got the big?
Now, when you divided the body in half, did you weigh her out on a cocaine scale and then and then split her up, or how do you know it was equal distribution?
So wrong. It's so
How did you
wrong.
do it?
I just filled my box up.
And then she filled her box up, and both of the boxes were the tippy top.
Well, she kept the remains in her box, and the box that came in, and I just took a spoon and put her remains into my box.
Oh, with a spoon.
Yeah, that was weird,
Yeah.
too, but how are you supposed to do it? That was kind of
Snorter.
creepy.
Wow.
What are you supposed to do?
Wow.
You know?
There is no etiquette.
There's no right way. There's no manual that you read.
I don't
Tells
think
you how to
Miss
do it.
Manners has ever
Come on.
handled this
No.
one.
All right, so there you go. There's Debbie's remains, and you have them, and God bless you, and good luck with everything.
Thank you.
All right.
And you know what? Can I say something about Debbie? As bad as this may sound, no one knew Debbie better than I did, and she loved all you guys.
That's pretty
on the
sad that you are the only one who knew her as good.
And she only found this kind of friendship in the last
the
year
only
of her life.
happiness Debbie had was the Howard Stern show, and there's no better way she would want to go out than
to be remembered this way.
yeah, she would get a
Right.
kick out of this. She would laugh.
Yeah, so you say. And anyway, Chauncey, you are the keeper of the gate
And the bones.
and the bones. Maybe you ought to just have it pulverized and spread out over the studio.
It's only been 3 months. It takes a while.
If she loved the show that much, seriously, you might want to think about chopping up those bones, and we could do right here. We could lay her right into the carpet.
Really?
Yeah,
maybe.
that's what you want.
Maybe.
You know how some people throw the body out to sea?
Right.
But
Yeah.
Debbie be part of it, because no one cleans in here anyway, so she would be a
Yeah,
permanent.
Debbie will be here forever.
Yeah,
No.
think about it.
Yeah.
I'd be more than willing to allow Debbie to.
Well, Debbie loves you guys.
All right. Look at the dirty air vents. You think anybody cleans? She could be part of the air vents.
Debbie will be right up there.
That's right. Think about it, all right? I'm willing to allow it.
All right.
All right? She can be a permanent part of the K-Rock studios.
I will think about it.
It's a great place.
Oh, she loves you guys.
Well, it's a good resting place. Better than your dresser. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think it's more.
I don't want to standing there visualizing her face.
Yeah, I think it's more important to be buried here than in Chauncey's dresser in his sock drawer.
How long does he think he's going to keep up this ritual of visualizing her every
As
night?
soon as Chauncey gets a hot girlfriend, she's going to end up in his sock drawer.
That's right.
It takes a long time to grieve over someone. You know, it's only been 3 months, so we'll see what happens. 3 months is not a long time when you lose someone you care that much about.
That is true, Chauncey. Words well spoken.
Thank you.
All right, Chauncey, the editor-in-chief of Stepping Out magazine.
You know, one of these days, I know it. Debbie's going to be consigned to some attic corner.
Right.
And 20 years from now, Chauncey will be cleaning up and throw her out.
That is horrible.
I don't know.
Horrible.
You should give the pieces to Leroy Neiman. He's a genius. He can make them into some kind of artwork.
Or Axel, that guy who makes all that wild
Axel the jeweler.
I don't know. It's just nice to feel that I still have her near. That's all.
Okay, good.
But a lot of people keep urns in their homes. Courtney Love has Kurt Cobain on her living room mantle.
She buried him. She's stable.
She did bury him.
Did she bury him?
Yeah, for God's sake.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, my.
And finally, from some place called Peterborough.
That's next door to where Jackie lives.
Hey,
Police have arrested a man reeking of excrement.
That's great.
After a woman complained about someone leering at her through a toilet seat in a conservation area outhouse.
A lot of, this isn't the first time we've seen that. Guys hide in the bottom of a toilet.
Yeah.
In an outhouse toilet.
Yeah.
And they wait to get, dutied on.
You never did that?
Is that the strangest?
I would love to.
OJ, you'd love to?
I would love to.
Really?
Really, man.
Just anything's better than prison, huh, OJ?
It happens.
Right.
The man apparently crawled inside the holding tank of the outhouse at the Warsaw Caves Conservation Area to satisfy his bizarre fetish.
Oh, bombed away.
When this woman concluded her private business, she noticed a person staring up at her.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
The police say the man probably squeezed down through the seat in the wooden outhouse and waited for the woman to use it.
That's great. Nothing like that view.
So now he's been charged with 2 counts of committing an indecent act.
And he reeked of excrement.
And is due in court on August 22nd.
Wow. That's an amazing story.
Amazing is the word.
Okay. Thank you, Robin. And wish I was God.
Life would be a lot different.
You're on the air in San Diego.
Hey, Howard.
Hey, man.
What an ambush job that four-eyed bitch did on Robin, man.
Wait till, you know what? they're going to have to bleep me a few times when I start talking about Sally Jessy Raphael and my feelings about her. She is now my #1 enemy.
Man, I wish I could have been there just to,
All right, you want me to talk about it now?
Yeah.
It seems that everybody does.
All right, let me take a commercial break, and then I'm going to kick Sally Jessy Raphael's ass verbally.
There you go.
The C word is not strong enough. I was on the phone to 3 people last night calling Sally Jessy Raphael the C word. 500 times. The C word.
Talking to?
Just various people. I called that 1-900 number, that the Hypno thing that we advertised.
Stop all?
Yeah, stop all. I was yelling at the guy on the phone there. Anyone I could get, dial a mattress, I called. I called 1-800-mattress. I started yelling at the person. I have no one to talk to. I had someone dial my house, a wrong number, total wrong number. I told him Sally Jessy Raphael is a C word. That's what you hear on my answering machine now. Yeah. I hate that bitch. I got so much to say about her. It's going to blow the lid off that bitch. I'm going to blow her top. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
God don't want me yet, man. Thank you. All right, allow me to collect my thoughts, and I will be right with you after these words. All right, let me talk about the fantastic experience I had yesterday as I sat down to watch Robin on TV at the Sally Jessy Raphael, what I call the, where was that, where the OK Corral, where they shanghaied those guys? Was that the place where they bushwhacked those? Where was it that they got bushwhacked? OK Corral.
OK Corral.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. First of all, you handled yourself beautifully under a ridiculous circumstance. You did the best you could with those screaming maniacs in the audience. Let me tell you about this Sally Jessy Raphael and what a bitch she is. What a loudmouth yenta bitch, know nothing, no talent she is. And she knows this to be true. She talks about she was a broadcaster. She's no broadcaster. Custer had it easier.
That was a little bighorn.
First of all, I want to make a statement. Let me make a couple of statements. First of all, you notice when I go on TV, I've put out a few products myself. Robin isn't the only author on the show. I, too, have authored a book. And when I went on my book tour, let's not forget that, okay? When I went on my book tour, I was on Donahue, Geraldo, I was on various Letterman, Leno appearances, all different types of shows, Robin, as you were. And on all of these shows that I do, because I'm a white guy, race is never an issue. I mean, maybe like on Donahue, they asked me about the Filipinos. He tried to have a little controversy. But they never pack an audience on a show and call it, I hate myself, I hate my own race. Now, Sally Jessy Raphael did a show yesterday called I Hate My Own Race, and while my Robin is up there promoting her book, they flash up underneath her, I hate my own race. So immediately,
is that right? I didn't see that.
Oh, you should watch what you were on.
I'm never watching that show again. I think that Sally is a disgrace to mankind.
You're banned from that show.
And believe me, I'm banned from watching the show. I will never even watch it
If I hear that you watch the show, you're in big trouble.
Never even watch it again. I think she is a sad human being.
All right, allow me to make my observations now, okay?
I don't have any because I didn't see the show.
It's not fair for you to comment on the show. You didn't see it. All right, let me say this. This hyena, this bitch, this no talent, and I'll tell you why she's a no talent in a minute. I'll back up every one of my statements. Let her come on here and debate me. Mother dear. This Sally Jessy Raphael decides to do a show called I Hate My Own Race. So every time Robin is up there, whether you know what's going on or not, Robin is titled I Hate My Own Race. Now, Robin never indicated that she hated her own race. She had nothing. She was there promoting a book. So Sally Jessy Raphael gets a hold of Robin, sits her down on a stage for what I'd say was roughly 15, 20 minutes, and interviews her in a one-on-one fashion. Very nice. Robin talks. Of course, Sally starts yapping about me.
Right.
And whether I'm a racist. And Robin says, listen, I can't speak for whether Howard's a racist or not. I don't feel in my heart that he is. But if you want to discuss racism with Howard, have him on the show, and maybe he'll discuss it with you. But that's, which was appropriate to say because the show's not about me. Whether
I'm also not your mouthpiece.
Right.
I don't know what
you don't know what's in my heart.
Anything.
That's right.
Nobody else knows that about anybody else either.
I love everybody. The Schwarzes, the Guineas.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody. Dagos,
Thank
Bops,
you very much.
everything. Mix, Chinks, Kikes.
Mix, Spicks, whatever.
Whatever. Spicks. I love them all. I love Gooks. Maybe not the Gooks.
Chinks.
All right, Chinks I like. Because the Chinks are helping Robin lose weight. I never heard of a woman who goes to the Chinks for advice on how to lose weight.
Look, aren't they all thin?
It's true. They're sticking needles in her. Well, it's working. I was reading Prodigy last night. Some guy was on there going, how do you like Robin going to the Chinks for help? What kind of thing is that? I said, the guy's right. Well, what the hell possessed her to go to the Chinks?
Go figure.
Yeah.
You'll never know what I might do.
Right. Maybe Sally Jessy Raphael was right. So anyway, Sally Jessy Raphael sits Robin down, and this Sally Jessy Raphael, oofa. I mean, what a mug on her. This went for plastic surgery. She came out looking worse. The plastic surgeon go, oh my God. She's a pig squared. They tried to take that pig and stuff her into a new skin. They couldn't do it. What a beast. What a beast. What's the difference? I was combining the words. I just made an error. Pig and beast. She's a beast. I never saw anything like it. I mean, she's really hideous. Her skin has got craters on it. It's just hideous. That's why drugs were invented, so people could get on them and hallucinate when they see her face. That's why booze was invented, so her husband could get it up.
Oh.
10 pounds of crap in a 9-pound package. That's Sally Jessy Raphael. So this Sally Jessy Raphael gets on and is talking to Robin about broadcasting. And Sally's a broadcaster. Robin's a broadcaster. Lovely interview. All right. I think they go through that. And meanwhile, I hate all these interviews because the only thing they seem to talk to Robin about is whether she's black and whether I'm a racist or not. Which, I don't know. I would like to see Robin on a show where they talk to Robin about her life. Not about a referendum on my racism or all of a sudden everybody's discussing. All these shows never used to discuss this.
You sit around and you try to get past the fact that America's a racist country.
Right.
That's the only thing anybody sees when they see. You're the only person who has never addressed me as being black.
That's right.
Everyone else in this country is obsessed with it.
I know. Every show you go on.
They can't see anything but the fact that I am black.
Yeah. I didn't even know Robin was black until yesterday when she told me. She said, you better be prepared for the Sally show because you're going to find out something you're not going to be able to maybe deal with.
And they don't realize how racist that is, that the only issue they ever bring up to me is that I'm black.
I don't see color.
It's going to be a surprise to me.
I don't see color. I see those two beautiful cans. That's all I see.
People never have to worry about me forgetting about my race. Everyone tells me what it is.
And everyone tells you how you should behave as a black person.
Because black people need to be led, I guess.
Right.
We always need to be told how we're supposed to act.
Yeah, and the only person who should tell black people how to act is me. Let's be honest.
Notice she didn't have any advice for those people in her audience how they should act.
No, she didn't comment on their behavior. She knows how you should act.
Yes, everybody can tell me what to do.
So anyway, Sally Jessy Raphael has this perfectly reasonable discussion with Robin, and Robin is handling herself beautifully. She's saying a lot of things I feel that were profound, to the point. They didn't run on. It was a very nice interview. It was good, and showed her off in a spectacular way. And anyone who would be black sitting in the audience, certainly if you're going to sit and measure Robin as racial pride, she was doing a great job. There was someone to look up to.
I don't think the audience could hear me during that time.
I don't know what happened, but it was going really well. It was a good interview. It was interesting. It was fun. Sally Jessy Raphael, and this is why I can't stand this woman, has no guts whatsoever. She had a list of questions she wanted to get at Robin with, but she didn't have the balls to ask the questions herself. So what she does, like every coward broadcaster in the country, see, at least I have the balls to ask the questions myself.
Well, that's what, when I was talking to my agent afterwards, I said, if Sally wants to confront me about something, let her confront me.
Yeah.
Don't stack the audience with screaming memes who you can't talk to. I answer these questions.
Right. All of a sudden, Sally goes and takes the microphone to a black woman who raised the decibel level beyond what any human could listen to. And she starts in a complete... Now, you got to understand why this is a setup and how I know it's a setup. They planted a woman in there, and Sally Jessy Raphael can kiss my ass, because I know this is the truth. Her producers and her planted a woman in there who was going to get things going. They put a woman in there who didn't hear a thing Robin said, had nothing to do with what Robin was talking about. And all of a sudden got
and
up.
probably knows nothing about this show.
All of a sudden goes, yeah, blah, 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 blah.
Representing everyone very well.
Yeah. I mean, she sounded like a lunatic and starts yelling at Robin. Now, I said, wait a second. Any person sitting in this audience wouldn't have gone from point A to point B like this.
Yeah, there was no transition. There was not. This wasn't even on the topic list.
Sally Jessy Raphael, she can deny it all she wants, but she's a filthy, lying bitch. She's a filthy liar. She's the C word squared because she lies. She had a plant in that audience. That was a loaded deck, and the woman, this black woman, gets up and starts yelling at Robin that she's, no good, and she don't make her people proud, and blah, 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 all this crap. And Robin starts to talk to her, yell at her back, and they're yelling at each other. And now they reduce you to being one of these nutcases who's sitting on the stage trying to yell at the audience.
Well, because
there's a big thing underneath you, I hate my own race.
Right.
And you're...
Well, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, and now you're the person who hates their own race, and this woman's teaching you how to be. Now, listen to this. So you handled it pretty well. But how can you handle anybody well?
The point is, they continue to yell.
Yeah.
And after a while, it was like, there's no talking to this crazy woman.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to discuss anything. She wants to scream.
So Sally Jessy Raphael has to plant people in the audience to ask her dirty work questions because she don't know how to mix it. And then Sally sits there and acts like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Oh, my, this is terrible. It's out of control. Please. And she's teaching Robin and the woman how to talk to each other. You're going to have to talk one at a time so you don't talk over one another. Okay. So now I'm saying, well, okay, so much for the celebrity interview. They've now reduced Robin to being, this person who sits on the stage who just, like some garbage person who just walked up on the stage and has a problem with her own race. Then they go to commercial and they show a clip of me and Robin on the air. Now, the clip of me and Robin on the air is a fantastic piece where we're just sitting and talking to each other, and we're doing what most broadcasters can't do. We're sitting there talking about whatever the topic was, and it was funny, it was entertaining, it was light, and it wasn't a guest or anything. It just was me and you talking, and it was entertaining as hell. This is something that Sally Jessy Raphael, her entire career, has never been able to do on the radio or TV, to entertain people, to sit there and entertain the masses and bring in big ratings. She's never been able to do this. At best, Sally Jessy Raphael is a carnival barker.
She's the ringmaster at the circus.
When she had a radio show, she used to do like an Ann Landers show that nobody listened to. They threw her the hell off the radio. And then when she got on TV, she took the Donahue format. And you know what? She is replaceable as Ricky Lake, as Richard Bay, as Jerry Springfield, or whatever his name is. Any of these guys... Jerry Springer.
It's the audience you tune in to watch.
It's the audience you tune in. It's a producer show. They set up some mutants on the stage, and they all yell at each other. And she's a ringmaster. She's as replaceable as any of these people. She's no better at it or worse at it. And that is her broadcast career. She is a replaceable commodity. She never once put on a show like we did. She never once sat and touched people and reached millions of listeners who were interested in what she had to say. She has to put on a carnival barker show. She has to stand there in the audience with the microphone, a la Oprah or Donahue, and sit there and get the lowest common denominator yelling at each other, and then stand there and be a moderator. That's her career. She's got no career. If tomorrow Sally Jessy Raphael died of cancer from all the crap on her face, that they'd take another robot and stick it in, and then boom. Look at this. This guy, Charles Perez show. Montel Williams show. Who were these guys? Montel Williams was a motivational speaker, the lowest life form there is on the planet. Motivational speaker. That's somebody who does nothing for a living. That's someone who gets up and goes, yeah, you got to make something of yourself. I was in the Army.
Let's all feel good.
Let's all feel good about ourselves. What the hell is that? There's no way for a man to make a living. That's a charlatan. And the same with this... Charles Perez, he was the producer on the Ricky Lake show. He said, wait a second, I could be in front of the camera. Any moron could host this.
Why am I whispering in her ear?
Yeah.
I'm whispering my own.
I whisper in my own frigging ear. On the next, Charles Perez. Charles Perez, kiss my ass. Who are you? These aren't people who make a living producing anything or entertaining anyone. Any idiot can host those shows. Tomorrow, whoever you are listening to me, you could host that show. Yes, you... What? Come here, I'm going to smack you in the head. You could host that show. Any moron could host that show. So this moron, Sally Jessy Raphael, who's never really had a broadcast career except to be a carnival barker, and she knows it. She couldn't do what Robin and I were doing, the magic that they were showing when they cut away. They couldn't entertain anybody. She's never once done a monologue with someone tuned in. She's got to have freaks sitting next to her. So there you have it. Sally Jessy Raphael's gardener could do that show if she dropped dead tomorrow. And you know that's true. So they line up. Let me tell you something. So they line up this first woman to yell at Robin. And then they get a guy to stand up and yell at Robin. And the guy is so bad at it. He obviously had never heard the show or wasn't even too clear on who Robin was. He kept turning around. Now, you couldn't see this. I don't know if you could see. Yeah. He kept turning around to get coaching from his buddy behind him.
Oh, is that right?
He didn't know what he was saying. He was, because you were saying questions like, okay, did you hear it? Did you? And the guy was all over the place. So this Sally Jessy Raphael, this skeeve coward, is so cowardly, is such a low life form, lower than any of them, lower than Kathy Lee, lower than Regis.
Well, what was really
she can't ask her own questions.
Was really funny to me is during the show while we were taping, then these other people came out to say, well, I really hate my race because, and the audience went crazy. And I said, excuse me, Sally, I don't think your audience understands what the show is about.
Of course not.
Oh, yes. They hadn't even set up the show properly.
Well, of course not.
It was just ridiculous. Nobody there knew what was going on.
They had you on, and then people who hate their race. Now, what did you have to do with people who hate their race?
I was there to be an expert, just to lend some information to these people. But I guess she painted me as a person who hates my race.
Yeah,
too. The race I hate is Sally Jessy Raphael.
Whatever race she is, I hate it. You can put me on record.
I hate her whole race. I just hate Sally.
I hate her whole race and Sally.
Well, I'm not going to do that.
Because she is no race. She's trying to pawn herself off as a Puerto Rican. She's no Puerto Rican. She is as low as they come, and she tries to act afterwards like she did Robin some kind of favor. That show didn't sell 2 books.
No, she's holier than thou.
She didn't hold up any book. She didn't show the book. I would have walked right out of there. I wish you'd gotten up and just said, you know what, you stupid cow, you cow-faced loser. You stood there. I don't know what the right thing is to do.
You know what? I just sat there and I said, if this kind of thing were going to defeat me, I wouldn't have gotten where I was.
There you go.
You know, idiots like that screaming at me. I want to run my life the way those people run theirs. I sat there and I said, you know, the sad thing is lots of these people are parents. You know, somebody has to deal with this at home. And it's really sad, and I just wanted to just be there.
That was a setup.
By example, just to say, you can't let this run your life.
No, that was a setup, though.
Crazy people like this decide how you're going to live, what you're going to think, and where you're going to go in your experience.
This was a setup.
It was definitely a setup.
This was a setup. This was a setup, and I can't stand... And Sally Jessy Raphael, you little bitch, why don't you come on the air with me? Every time I call you to come on, you little coward, you back out. Because this isn't the first time you try to pull nonsense with me. Come on, cow.
But the point is exactly as you said. If you have a question for me, don't set up idiots in the audience to ask it. Ask it yourself.
The whole thing was a goof. And she's a goof, and she's a no talent, and she's never done a thing in her broadcast career. She was going, yes, I've been fired from other stations. As if she's going to compare her measly career with mine. And then every show is a referendum on me. A big vote on me. Sally, you want to have a vote on me? Come on here, you little tuchus face. I'll give you a vote. We're going to take a referendum on you, you piece of garbage, you human filth, you skeeve. I'm going to take referendums on you, you filth bag.
But the other part of it is, we love you. This is great. Thank you for coming on. We're anxious to have you here.
Yeah, anxious. Get her on my show, that piece of filth, setup artist, liar, pig, beast. I hope you die of cancer.
Well, I hope she's proud of what she's done for America.
I hope you die of cancer. I hope you get cancer all over your body. I hope it disfigures you more than their plastic surgery did. I'm glad your plastic surgery failed.
That's why half your face didn't.
Did you? What does it look like up close, that pig? That beast who wants to look better?
You know, Anne Rice's description of vampires?
Yeah. Is it all cratery?
Like marble.
Because, you know, TV can hide some of that with makeup. It looks like there's actual holes.
But, they have to plaster so much on to cover up everything and make it all look like it's fitting on the same face.
What a freak. I'd like to.
She shines.
I wish the Inquirer would publish a picture of her without her makeup on. Oh, my God. It would be the worst. It would be more horrible than the movie Species when she changes into an alien. It would be unbelievable. I wish she would get cancer. That's why I wish she would die tomorrow of painful cancer.
She's had a miserable life
Good.
already, so.
Review for me why her life has been so bad so I can take pleasure in it.
Remember the adopted son was in the terrible car accident, and then her daughter committed suicide.
Yeah, she must be some great mother. What'd you set up your kid, too? Like you set up Robin? You piece of garbage. You're garbage. You're less than a woman. You're a snail. You're nothing. You're nothing to the human race but a leech. No. Why don't you bring the cameras in so Oprah could do some cameras while your kids are dropping dead, you pig? Come in here and answer my question, you filthy coward. Just because you're a woman, you hide from me. Get in here, you pig. Come here, I'll call you. Suey! Suey! I'll call the pig into the studio.
The Suey Jessy.
She's a pig. Sally the pig, Jessy Raphael. Beastmaster. Filthy garbage, human garbage. That's what that is. That should be swept out with the garbage. That's garbage. Call in, you pig. Come on, you filthy pig. The filthy pig won't call in because she's a coward. I see my hotline ringing.
Is that her?
Yeah, Gary, pick up the hotline, you moron. Let it ring for 12 hours. Let's see if that's Sally Jessy Raphael.
Doubt it.
Call in. Talk to me. Talk to me about being a woman, a broadcaster, with a setup like I never saw. Who is that?
It's Richard Lewis, not Sally Jessy.
I don't want to talk.
You don't have to talk to him right now. You don't have to if you don't want to. Don't worry.
Sally Jessy Raphael. Looks like acid was poured all over her face. Never saw a face with bumps and lumps and things all over it like that. She's pull off her dress. She probably got curly tail and hooves. What a piece of garbage she is. She should be proud of that show. Sitting there like a carnival barker, getting the most uneducated black people she could find and loading them up with all kind of crap. That wasn't right. What is that, a Shanghai experience? Finds black people could barely talk. Didn't even sound like they were from America. I don't know what show they hear. Sitting there screaming and yelling. It's degrading. And she degrades all people with that kind of nonsense. Putting morons on like that. And, well, let's take our first question from the audience. Oh, just happened to find that woman, huh? Yeah. Yeah. What a setup.
She was racing to the mic.
She's a filthy, lying dirtbag. And I don't care what she thinks. She can sit there all she wants and talk about... She's having a referendum on me. Oh, I didn't know that, she goes. She should try to set me up.
No, you know what the referendum is? Can black people be whoever they want?
Well,
Howard Stern can. He can get to say whatever he wants.
Right.
But this black woman, what's she doing there?
Black people were mad at you. Because
these people are mad at the world, Howard.
Right.
Don't say these are black people. These were just some crazy, out-of-control people.
Right.
Totally emotional people who haven't had a conversation with anyone ever.
I got more respect for hookers than I do for Sally Jessy Raphael. For people who spread their legs for a living. At least they're upfront about what they do. It's Miss Compassion. She's running down to where after Susan Smith kills the two kids, she's doing a show from the lake. When Sally's kids died, she didn't bring the camera in. If she had brought the camera in, I'd say she's not a hypocrite. Bring the camera in when your kids both dropped dead and you couldn't handle it. Pig.
Let us see somebody walk down the street with you as you cry.
Yeah, you filthy, filthy woman. You're filth. Your hands are filthy.
Let us sit on the porch with you and talk about what it was like to lose your daughter.
Now, I saw that show. I saw the whole show. And I was watching it and go, this is a pretty good show. I'm watching the first 20 minutes, even though I was kind of like bummed that, like, the whole first 20 minutes were about race and about me and all. And all of a sudden, like, when Robin gets on, I go on all these shows, never about race. All of a sudden, all these shows
You're white. You get to say whatever you want.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Since you did your book promotion tour, everything has been focused on this show about race because you're black. And that's all they can talk to you about. And Sally Jessy Raphael is the worst. So anyway, they talked to Robin for 20 minutes. But, it was good because at least it was one-on-one. I could hear what you're saying, and you handled everything. And then all of a sudden, let me see if there's anybody in our audience who has a question. There was no question. Yeah, she's a setup artist. But why don't you come be upfront about it, Sally, and come on the air and say, yeah, we got these people, especially for you, Robin. So because I'm too cowardly to ask you these questions and say these things.
We went to a park and rounded up whoever we saw.
Yeah, and why is Robin on the show of people who hate their race?
That wouldn't have bothered me at all. I'd have talked to people about that, but it had nothing to do with me hating my race.
Yeah, but
Don't
it sure looked like you
blast that
did.
under my face.
Well, they do it. Sally Nitwit Raphael. Piece of human garbage of the day. She is so effing ugly. She is ugly inside and out. That face.
The inside must be coming.
The plastic surgeon tried so much work on her. You know how much work she had on that face? And the face, she should never have had to work there because it caved in even more after she had the plastic surgery.
Yeah, things got worse.
Sally, what's the matter? Afraid to age? You beast? You finally got a TV show, but you happened when you were too old. Now people got to look at that punum. Her face looks like it was in that Waco fire. Punum's Italian for face.
Oh, I see.
I'm half Italian.
Slipped into another language on me.
I hear there's a shortage of bags at Sally's house because her husband has to put 3 bags on her head. She's a 3-bagger when he gets her. First bag just to hide her face, second bag to make sure the first bag doesn't rip, and the third bag to make sure everything never comes off. He has to put 3 bags on her head just to screw her. Man. And then they got to use the 4th bag to puke in.
No.
So he's got 3 bags on her head and a bag for puking. Because you got to look at that. And they paid for that face, no less, with plastic surgery. What a mess. Hoo-fa. Yeah. I wonder, can you get a refund from a plastic surgeon if things don't work out?
He did the work.
It looks like
yeah, but it's not his fault. I mean,
he did what he was supposed to do.
It's the way she responded to it. The guy's done it 1,000,000 times.
Show that face to the judge. My proof.
Can you imagine at the trial when Sally sues her plastic surgeon and all of a sudden they reveal the bag, because she's sitting there with a bag on her head because the husband can't stand to look at her, and then they take the bag off and the judge they said, "Quick, give me that bag! I got to throw up in it." He pukes.
Earn the money.
Everybody's going for the bag.
That's a great scene. If I make a movie, I tell you what, when my movie gets to production, I want this scene in or I'm not doing the movie. You call Reicher Entertainment and tell them this.
Bumping heads trying to...
Is all of a sudden, I'm in court, right? I'm covering a story. I'm going to write this and nothing to do with the movie. Nothing to do with my life or the plot. And all of a sudden, Sally Jessy Raphael is in court and her husband and her are upset because she's had plastic surgery and it turned out all wrong. And they take off the bag, the judge pukes in the bag, and he can't believe what he's seeing. I want that scene in my movie. I want, and it'll happen in the middle of the movie for no reason.
Just comes up.
All of a sudden, it just goes like, well, here's a scene that I wanted in the movie. I'm gonna title it. Howard realizes he's breaking all walls here. He has nothing to do with the film.
And nothing to do with the plot.
Right, but this is a scene he wanted to get in the movie. Couldn't write it in orderly fashion. It didn't work into the plot, so we're just putting it here for you to see. And all of a sudden, you'll see Sally Jessy Raphael in court suing her plastic surgeon, and the judge throwing up in the bag that she was wearing on her head. That's it. That's in the movie. Somebody write to Reicher Entertainment immediately. And then they bring a child up on the stand because Sally's been scaring all the neighborhood children with that face. And there's an Oriental judge. And then they give her the electric chair. They electrocute her for being ugly because no one can stand to look at her. Guilty. Guilty of being ugly. No, guilty. Oh, you mean I collect from the plastic surgeon? No. The plastic surgeon walks free. You're guilty of being ugly. We're going to kill you. We're going to put you in the electric chair until your head fries. The smoke comes out of your face. You bitch. You no good filth. What a filthy coward. I love these coward hypocrites. And she's talking about her broadcast career. Some career. Charles Perez has the same career. Richard Bay has the same career. Anybody could have the same career.
You were so bad at it took you years to jumpstart it.
Any moron could host the Sally Jessy Raphael show. All you got to do is get a bunch of screaming black people in the audience and put person X up on the stage.
Yeah, those same people will show up on other shows as, people who don't have the good sense not to sleep with their sister's husband.
God. I can't wait for my movie to come out. It's gonna be, and then
That's the only scene you care about now.
Yeah, and then I don't care about the rest of the movie. If the movie sucks, as long as that scene is done properly. And then they march into the electric chair for being ugly, right out of the courtroom into the chair. It's the first time, no appeals, nothing, because everyone knows she's guilty.
All the guys in death row are puking.
Yeah, she's walking down there. Everyone's throwing up. And then, at the end of the scene, she doesn't get electrocuted. You know why? No one was there to pull the switch. They all went running. Because she's so ugly, they ran away.
In fact, the people on death row are saying, kill me before she gets to my cell. I don't want to see her.
These guys are hanging themselves as she walks by. That bitch. She's nothing. She's garbage.
They'll all go away.
That's garbage. I hope she gets riddled with cancer and has a heart attack and a brain embolism all at the same time.
Well, no, because then she wouldn't know the other things were happening.
No. The cancer will come and be painful for weeks, and then she'll have a heart attack and brain embolism. I got that all worked out. To me, she's the same as a bug. If I saw her, I would say, oh, there's a bug.
Step on her.
That's all. She's nothing to me. She's nobody. She's a piece of garbage. I got no sympathy for her. She could stop a sundial with that face. All right, we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, I will do more. Right after this. That's Sally Jessy Raphael in the background of this song. She's on this record. There she is. Listen, wait, she's going to come on again. There she is. That's her doing her show. Her and her producers. Sally the Pig. Doug Beatty's here. I told Doug he could have a little airtime.
Doug Beatty.
Muscular dystrophy.
Frankly, is Doug Beatty on the show just because he has muscular dystrophy?
Yeah, he's funny to look at.
All
right, so anyway, go back to the bathroom. So what happened? So you were getting ready for the Janet Jackson concert.
Right. Okay, look at this.
And in the middle of trying to get ready, Doug says, I have to go to the bathroom.
No. So when we're going out, he goes to the bathroom before we go out.
And you put him on the toilet.
Right. He takes his pants off. I put the toilet seat on.
Right.
I lift him out of the wheelchair. I put him on the toilet, and I spray Lysol all over the place because our bathroom has no doors, so the wheelchair can fit.
It must be some apartment.
Yeah, our apartment.
Bathroom with no doors. All right, so yes, and you do that. Soda, no one wants to hear about that. No one wants to hear about that. You know what? I really want to hear Doug.
Okay.
So what happens is...
He screams.
I'm sitting there on the toilet, and I grabbing a hunk of flesh.
It's your rectum.
And I look at my hands covered in blood.
Wow.
Oh, good.
So did you pass out?
I start screaming.
No, wait a second. Wait a second. I got to calm down. Oh, man.
Now, the weird thing is, you expect there to be, like, tons of blood or, like, immense pain from this, but there wasn't.
Wow.
So I start screaming. I think I'm dying.
Right.
So Dave comes running, and he goes, what's the matter? What's the matter? Something came out of me.
Oh, my God.
And he's like, I'm sure it's nothing. And he sort of looks.
Hey, come on, we want to go to Janet Jackson.
He sort of looks, he's like,
this is not the time to have this.
Yeah, but then Dave sort of looks and he goes, I'll be right back. And all of a sudden he turns like white and runs out in the other room, and I hear him on the phone.
Yeah, I'm very...
No, that was good that you didn't panic, Doug.
So then he comes in and he says, I just called 911.
They're on their way.
So all over our apartment, we have pictures of us and celebrities, like in this book, right? Us and Madonna, us and Paul Abdul. Paramedics coming in. I'm going, you need to get to my friend. I don't know what's wrong, but he's on the toilet and something went really bad. The paramedics stop and start looking at all the pictures in our apartment and go, how do you know Madonna? I'm like, forget about that. I'm going, so they go in there. They don't even know what happened.
Yeah, they're like, I'm sure. That what you're saying can't happen. My guys, it did. So I lean over and they look and they're like,
there's something.
Wow.
Now, the paramedics aren't even trained.
No one is trained for that.
They don't even know what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's like you're giving birth to Alien.
Right.
Yeah.
So then they have to figure out a way.
How to get them on the stretcher.
They lift me where they
don't mess everything up.
Right.
Lay me on my side on the stretcher.
So what'd you do? Just hold everything together?
No,
he was just hanging out.
He was hanging out, and then they packed the organ in ice.
No. They just put a piece of gauze on it and put some...
No, they had ice packs.
There was ice pack.
I mean, that must have been some rap.
Yeah, and then so they take me over to the hospital.
It's like you had a baby out of your butt.
And like the instant I get to the hospital, the paramedic's like, there's something coming out of his...
The paramedics have no clue.
Yeah, they don't know what's wrong with
They're the dumbest
They think they're in a horror movie. They think it's like Alien.
But then the minute I get to the hospital, the emergency room nurse takes one look at it and goes, oh, rectal prolapse.
Wow.
Nothing major.
Nothing major.
Not to her.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get...
You're the one
I get emergency surgery, but, I mean...
Yeah, but she didn't have tickets to the Janet Jackson concert.
So did you miss the concert?
Yeah. And this movie premiere.
And didn't you go out drinking and
Well, I didn't... See, I thought Doug was going to die. I mean, I overreacted.
And Doug's your whole life.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, yeah. And so I'm freaking out. So I power drink a fifth of Jack Daniels, and I call my friend JB, and I go, listen, Doug's going to die. If he dies, I don't know what I'm going to do. Tonight's my last night on Earth, okay? So me and my friend JB just went to strip clubs. Because Doug's sedated. You on morphine or something.
No, it's on like intravenous Demerol.
Yeah, so we went first... Well, right after I finished drinking, I went to the hospital, and Doug's... I mean...
Okay, I'm laying there. I'm in shock. I'm bombed out of my mind on intravenous Demerol. He comes in. I'm like, man, I'm in bad shape, but Dave's even worse shape.
Yeah.
So you got drunk and you went to hookers and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It was crazy.
I see.
But
So you spent it... So what is it? You go out drinking and partying.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Doug's dying. Start the party. Where's his ATM card?
All right, very good. All right. My rectum fell out over the weekend. I gotta start eating better.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello. Howard?
Yes.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to say I saw Robin on Sally Jessy yesterday.
No, don't call her Sally Jessy. She's a pig. Call her Sally the pig.
Okay.
And the way you call her into the room is like this. Sue-sue-sue-ee! Did you see the plastic surgery on that hog? You can't even watch the content of the show. It didn't matter what Robin said. She's such a hog, this Sally Jessy Raphael, that when you look at that plastic surgery, you want to vomit. She's a quadruple bagger.
I wanted to say...
Her husband, when he makes love to her, he has to use 3 bags to put...
Hey, Robin, I don't
She's such a slob that she... Let me tell you something.
Okay.
She's such a slob and such a jerk-off. Did you notice that when Sally Jessy Raphael played the clips of me and Robin on the air from the E! Show, that we were doing some wonderful radio, we were doing something that Sally Jessy Raphael has never been able to do, which is have a regular show where she doesn't have to have freaks on, and she can sit there, and we sat there and had a conversation and entertained people. Sally Jessy Raphael's a carnival barker. What she does the same thing Richard Bay does, the same thing that Jerry Springer, that Charles Perez does. She is absolutely unnecessary to the show. She sits there, and her entire broadcast career is unnecessary. She sits there and just moderates. She's like a zookeeper watching the animals. She doesn't come up with any content. She doesn't make anybody laugh. She doesn't have any thought-provoking thoughts. She's just the ringness. She's Ricky Lake. She's as qualified as any of those people. If she drops dead of uterine cancer tomorrow, they could replace her in 5 seconds. What do you think of that? She's totally replaceable. The saddest part is when they showed the clips of me and Robin talking, that's the one thing that fat pig can't even do. She can't sit there and have a conversation and make people tune in. That jealous hog. She's nothing but dirt. Should she drop dead from cancer tomorrow, I would be there dancing on her grave. You know what I'm going to do when she drops dead? I'm going to bring a camera crew there. I'm going to interview people at the funeral, like she did with the dead children of Susan Smith. She ran down there, that ghoul, with cameras to interview all the people who were grieving. When her 2 children dropped dead, there were no cameras there. I wonder why. She needed a privacy to grieve. That fat hypocrite pig, pig-faced loser, who sits there and sets up the audience. Robin's on there talking for 20 minutes. They're underneath. People who hate their own race, like Robin's someone who hates her own race. They just throw that up there. Then, to make matters worse, she's interviewing her. Robin's talking to her. All she can ask her about is being a black woman, because Sally Jessy Raphael is such a racist. It's the only thing she sees when she sees Robin sitting there. She sees a black woman. You don't have Robin on and say, you're a black woman. How does it feel to be a black woman and work with someone who's been accused of being a racist? I haven't been accused by anyone of being a racist. Who's the person that accused me?
Sally.
Yeah. She made a whole race referendum on me. That's some beast. That bitch. Then every clip she shows, she wishes she could be half the broadcaster I am.
But it's really funny to me how important this show becomes with people losing their minds over it.
And then she has a set-up audience, and I don't care how many times she denies it. She set up that audience. She set up that first woman who came.
I don't think she would have the nerve to deny it.
I know it. Let her come on the show and deny it. I'll rip her a new a-hole. That saggy, jerky Sally Raphael. Sally Raphael then sets up Robin with this. She gets this screaming, wild black woman who's behaving like she's a 4-year-old. Hey, you guys staying up for your race. All the bad grammar and everything. Then they get another guy, the second guy to say, a black guy, who's completely off the wall. He's looking behind him trying to get coaching tips.
They just like to scream at people. They don't even have opinions.
Oh, what a setup.
Screamers.
What a setup. Because she wanted...
so sad.
She needs her ratings. Let me tell you something. She's nothing. She lied. She's a liar. She lied to Robin about what the show was about. She set her up. She planted people in the audience because Sally Jessy Raphael doesn't have the balls to ask Robin the questions that the people in the audience were asking.
But the point is, I don't care what Sally thinks of me. I don't care what this gentleman thinks of me. I don't care what the people in those audiences think of me.
I know that, but that's not the point. She set it up.
No, the point, this guy called in to offer me sympathy. I don't need that.
Yes, you do. You just don't know it.
I don't have this feeling that I need it. So
Sally Raphael. She's a cow-faced loser.
I decided to do what I did long before Sally Jessy Raphael had ever heard of me.
And then this cow goes and gets plastic surgery to make her face look better because she's Listen, you don't think that the producers of that show don't make that show? Let's be honest. They book these wild people, these characters, less than people, to be in the audience, to be on stage, and behave like 2-year-olds. Because
they don't care about people.
Charles Perez was Ricky Lake's producer, and he finally said, wait a second. What do I need this slob asking all the questions and getting all the guests that I write for? I'll do the show myself and be famous and rich. Any idiot could replace Sally Jessy Raphael. And that's the horror of her career. Not only her face, the face that went for plastic surgery and got botched, because her face is so repugnant that even a plastic surgeon's utensils can't work magic on it. Not only did her plastic surgery get botched, but her career as a broadcaster is a joke. She never had any ratings. She never succeeded on radio. She was nothing. She only wishes she could have a show where people tuned in to see what she had to say. She never had it. She never will have it because she's a bore.